I fear that my generation may have lost the subtle art of processing privately and not on the internet. I think a lot of times, especially when we're talking about dicey things like the spiritual realm, once we have a cool, shocking, interesting, or experience that makes you wonder about other things, we're really quick to run and put that online and share a whole lot about it. As much as I love, and don't get me wrong, I love that we're talking about the spiritual realm. I love that this is a part of the national and international discourse. I love that we're having these conversations. Sometimes I wonder if the way that we're processing these things isn't actually leading to more fear and confusion. There is a way to call out the spiritual realm without causing a panic, and that's the one that I really want to touch on with you today. If you've had a crazy paranormal or supernatural experience that you just don't understand, you may be tempted to put it on a campfire or a virtual campfire site so that everyone can ooh and ah and wonder what really was that all about. And that's amazing. But if you don't understand why you had that experience or what that experience was even for, you might actually pull somebody into something that is really overwhelming or triggering for them. And I'm not saying that you have to have everything figured out, but I really recommend that you choose to process your experiences with Jesus and that you choose to really ask better questions of God about those experiences before putting them on the internet. Why? The spiritual realm thrives on attention, and incorrectly placed attention that gives a lot of power and sets an expectation that the spiritual realm can do whatever it wants can be really tricky. And learning to actually process a spiritual experience is super important. And here are a few quick ways to learn how to process a spiritual experience in a way that feels healthy and calm. One thing is to realize that not every experience is personal to you. Here's what I mean by that. Just because you see something doesn't mean that that something has anything to do with what you did or didn't do. And that's a bit narcissistic, to be quite honest, but it's a really easy thing to do, is to believe that because something is there, that because you experienced it means that you caused it. So if you see or experience something crazy, the best thing to ask Jesus is, can you show me if this has anything to do with me or not? The second thing is, if you've had a spiritual experience, ask Jesus for his perspective. The Bible says that we're seated in high and heavenly places with Christ, and scrapping with spiritual entities, frankly, I think is below you. I'm not saying that you won't ever have a bad experience or have to fight. We war not against flesh and blood, but I am saying that if your life is spent in chaos and disorder, there may be an invitation to come up a little bit higher with Jesus and see from a better vantage point. And the third thing is asking God before you share something on the internet. So asking God, how is this actually helpful? 1 Corinthians 12 and 13 talk a lot about how spiritual gifts are meant to edify and build up the body. And if something's not being done in love to edify and build up the body, encourage and point back to Christ, I'm going to start asking questions about the source of your spiritual gift. I've seen a lot of people inadvertently or verdantly curse people and places spiritually by announcing what they have seen without connecting it back to the heart of Jesus and asking better questions. Really, a lot of the spiritual realm is just about learning to ask those better questions. And as we learn to ask better questions, we may actually find that we are found safe and sound in ways that we never could have imagined. Hey there, I'm Mary. I write and teach on the spiritual realm, but only with Jesus. And if you enjoyed this video, there's some online courses that delve deeply into asking better questions of God and learning how to process what you see spiritually really, really well. But if that's not quite your cup of tea, there's also a free Substack down below. And if you enjoyed this video, there's lots more where that came from. Hit the subscribe button and follow along.